Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about the military space program, or the big news that was on all over Facebook and all the social media today, talking about that X-37 plane, the one that's I guess been in orbit for what, 2 years, I guess, if someone wants to do the math. And I guess I'll be talking about that and some of the viewer feedback I got on my page about what some people think is going on with this military space stuff. If it's like aliens involved or what's going on here. Maybe it's nothing interesting, but we'll check it out and see. Alright, so I guess first I'll jump right into the Wikipedia page with all the details about the ship itself. I got a picture of it here on the screen. And I also put a little bit of an Anunnaki guy here too. Alright, and just for like a little bit of housekeeping, I actually got the Skype callers working for today too. So if anyone wants to try that, just give me a call on Skype and I'll try to be polite, or maybe not too polite, because usually I am too polite. It makes it a bit boring, so I'll try not to be mean, but yeah. Anyways. Alright, so I guess first we'll take a look at the website here, about all the information about this ship, in case anyone hasn't heard about it yet. They call it the Boeing X-37. Basically, it's like the space shuttle, except the United States Air Force has been in charge of it. And I guess they've been flying this thing for a few years. Let's see, when did it first start? Began in 1999. But I think I heard about it on Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie. One of the episodes, he was talking about how amateur photographers or something were at an airport, managed to snap shots of it either taking off or landing. Forget one or the other. Yeah, so if anyone's got any links maybe to this thing taking off, that'd be cool to see if you want to post a clip of that. Yeah, so this is what it made the news for recently, is that, where is it, 2017, they broke the record for the longest flight after 718 days in orbit. And August 27th, 2019. So they finally landed on the 27th of October 2019 for 780 days in orbit. So that was just today or yesterday, I guess depending where you live. So that's pretty wild. And I guess it's kind of funny, when I posted this link on my Facebook page, a couple of the viewers already had some responses about what they think about this thing. Yeah, I guess it was developed with origins with Boeing. I guess NASA, people say develop stuff, but usually NASA just contracts it out to other companies. Yeah, it's neat that the United States Department of Defense was involved with this one. Yeah, something about the White Knight and that whole space race program with the outside guys that were trying to get into space. Ah, the X-37A, so I guess it's related to this vehicle. Oh, so the X-37B is the one that the NASA and the military have been using. It's kind of funny too, because like I don't really hear about any jobs opening up for the space military, so maybe that's something about, remember that conspiracy guy? What was his name? I'm trying to think. If anyone can think of it, maybe post it in the chat. Billy McKinnon? Something like that? I think, yeah, he was living in the UK. And he found something about the space program stuff. Oh yeah, he hacked into the computers at NASA apparently. His whole story was something about how he wasn't the greatest hacker, but he called in and told them that he was tech support, and they managed to let him into the files. So that's a pretty old school way of hacking, but pretty genius nonetheless. Right, I don't think I have any questions going on my Facebook page. I'm just going to shut that down for now. What I did is I cut a clip out of some of the chat from that, so I'll have that ready to go here. Yeah, so anyways, before I got sidetracked there, the Billy McKinnon found out about a whole list of employees that were employed with the NASA, or I guess not NASA, but the military, and working in a space program. And he thought that was pretty cool because you don't really hear about that sort of stuff. But when he talked about it, he got into trouble. So I guess if anyone knows any links to any programs to help Billy McKinnon, he could probably use some legal help with that. I'm sure it's still going on, or maybe someone could post an update in the chat if they know what happened to Billy McKinnon. Or if that's even his name. I think I got the Billy part right. Anyways, yeah, so here, speculation regarding the purpose. Oh, this is pretty cool. They're saying that it could be used as a spy satellite or to deliver weapons for space. I was kind of jokingly posting that this thing could probably make a delivery to North Korea in case Kim Jong-il needed any packages, right? I think Trump mentioned something about a package he needed delivering there. I shouldn't joke about stuff like that, but if you can't joke in a world full of stress, what can you do, right? Is there any better time? Alright, processing, Kennedy Flight Center, or Space Center. It's a 120% scale derivative of the Boeing X-40. That's pretty wild. The X-37 holds the record as the world's smallest orbital space plane. That's cool. So yeah, when you think about the state of space and how we're progressing, it's kind of neat, but in a way it's like really slow motion compared to what we've been told. Like when I was a kid growing up, and in the early 80s they told us we'd already have bases on the moon by the time I was an adult, so we're actually way behind schedule. So that's what a lot of people are saying, that this space shuttle thing might actually be like, just like if we're actually finding out about this one, maybe it's a cover-up for an even better program. So I guess I kind of jumped ahead there. I should open some of the chat that we had here. Yeah, Michael from the page was commenting that this shuttle or new one is called the Dinosaur. I guess insinuating that it's a old design. And more some of the other chat messages we had. Yeah, Michael put that it was never built, or so they say. However, I believe that it was kept secret from the public. Oh, so this is like another one that he thinks. That's a pretty cool comment, Michael. Thanks for sending that into the show. Alright, did we have any more comments? I believe someone else posted a message about it. This new program I'm using is very interesting for how it changes images. Oh, I guess it's because I never saved it. Oh, here it is. Alright, Samantha was messaging Synchronicity. It was too funny. She found a space shuttle at the park 2 days ago. Isn't that wild, eh? Yeah, that is a pretty wild synchronicity. I find in life, it's like as you go through it, you start to notice these weird synchronicities building up, and makes you wonder if it's like if you see a bunch of them, maybe you're on the right path, and if you don't see them too often, it's like maybe you gotta change what you're working on. You never know, right? Could be nothing. Alright, so I guess no one else has posted any comments in the chat yet. So I'll continue on. We got the Facebook comments, YouTube comments, none yet. Oh yeah, that I was gonna say too, is like, hey, if we got all this Anunnaki possibilities, do we have any extra evidence about what like the military could actually be working on? So I'm sure a lot of you people have heard that Bob Lazar, he was on Joe Rogan's show recently. So I brought up some information about him. Right, Bob Lazar, it was like he was around back in, what was it, the 80s. He was big into some disclosure about he used to work at a base called S4. And he was on Joe Rogan's show talking to Joe and telling him all about this really high-tech technology he's been working on there. Yeah, and I was thinking that Bob's story is pretty cool, and like a lot of the stuff he talked about makes sense, but the one part about it that really didn't really add up for me is like, what was it I was gonna say? Yeah, I was like thinking, it's like, Joe never really asked. Well, I guess they talked about it a bit, and they were saying stuff like, what was it, that the aliens, that they think that the military has like somehow got their hands on alien technology, and that they're reverse engineering it so that the humans can use it for their own means and purposes, right? I was thinking, yeah, that's like a really ideal way to look at things. Like, wouldn't that be awesome if humans were that advanced that we're already capturing UFOs and stuff? Then I was like, wait a minute, it's like, I don't know, there's probably another side to this whole story that people haven't really talked about, the Anunnaki. It's like the Anunnaki had a lot of stuff going on, like about gods and how they were always fighting each other. And it's like, I'm pretty sure it's like if UFOs got into the hands of humans, it's probably actually the UFOs or the Anunnaki are still in control of those. Like, they're not really just going to hand over or let the UFOs fall into human hands, sort of thing. Like, think about it. It's like, if the Anunnaki are this advanced and they got these UFOs, what are the chances that humans got one and the Anunnaki just didn't take it back? So I was thinking, if they're actually letting humans look at it, maybe there's like an X factor here that like our scientists are so advanced, or maybe not so advanced, but we think so much differently than the Anunnaki, that they were willing to let us get a glimpse at it to see if we could perfect some of the stuff they're working on. Like, I know that's a pretty far out there theory, right? Like, to think that maybe humans aren't reverse engineering these UFOs, that we're really just being held in some sort of test tube and the aliens are actually using us. Because it's like, I'm pretty sure these alien guys in charge of Area 51, and they're probably really paranoid when we were saying that we were going to charge that base or whatever, right? Because, well, you never know, like, maybe that base too is like, it's too much human stuff going on there. So maybe it's like there is another base on the South Pole or the inner Earth. But I don't know, like Bob Lazar swears that he was going to this base near Area 51, right? And I don't know, a lot of the evidence that he came forward on Joe's show, it was pretty amazing. So, I don't know, I guess I shouldn't make this episode too long. Go back to making sure we don't have any questions from any of the guests. Yeah, I'd just like to say thanks to everyone for watching the last couple episodes. Getting back into doing the show, and I'm trying not to say the same words over and over again when I get really excited and talking too much, but I guess until I get more guests on the show for Skype callers or anything, I'll have to talk too much. But, yeah, I guess, yeah, and if anyone wants to be checking out the show on a regular basis, I'm going to try to do more late night shows, maybe every day, just do a topic from the news. And if you didn't like this show and you want to hear another topic, then sure, go right ahead, post it in there, and we'll see if we can get something lined up for it. Right, I'm pretty sure there wasn't anything else I wanted to cover about this, so thanks everyone for watching, and make sure to share and subscribe, but Yeah, I don't think it's probably a very good idea to be sharing too much of my videos, or you might get yourself in trouble with your friends and family. I mean, if they walk into the room, you probably want to turn the volume down to this show. Okay, thanks everyone. Take care and have a good one. See you later.